Well, what do we have here? Yet another timeline carefully crafted by a messiah and a creator of the soul. Walk with us. This is Smackdown, and you're just in time to catch the WWE Champion John Cena in his final lap. Hands and feet inside the ride at all times. This is a story of two halves, and at the end of it all, it's your take on the story that will live on. For now, the last champion is about to lay down the law.
Winners write history. Just because you cheer, I'm supposed to forgive you? Yeah, that's not how a functional relationship works. You, sir, is that the way you treat your wife? No, it's not. I told you at the beginning of the year, 36 dates and I'm gone. Time passes, guys. Time passes so quickly, we have no idea. Let's count down the time you've already lost. Netflix debut, Indianapolis, Toronto, London, Brussels, Glasgow, Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. 27 dates.
The WWE Champion opened Smackdown with a stinging reminder that the end is near, and his goal to walk away with the WWE title is almost complete. Can't linger on that though, we've got two main roster debuts in this next matchup. Mr. Trick Williams himself makes his Smackdown debut against All Ego, Ethan Page. With history and bad blood between the two since their NXT days, they're bringing that same heat to Friday nights. Remember when I said hands and feet inside the ride at all times? Good. Stars are out for the blue brand tonight. New arena, new stars, new stage, but it's real as ever now. With United States Champion Jimmy Uso in need of new challengers, these dogs are fighting to take that next step amongst the elite. After a whole lot of back and forth, the fatigue started to set in on these guys. Or maybe it's the bright lights, an unfamiliar spotlight for these young bulls. So much on the line, and one mistake can propel you forward or send you further down the ladder. In the first match on this roller coaster, it's going to be Trick Williams who finds his momentum and connects on the slam dunk to score big on his first time under the aqua lights. Hold on to the rails though. Ethan Page isn't exactly taking that loss well. Will this lead to something bigger? Slow down. This is a marathon, not a race. How about some tag team action? How about the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, dropping in to show you what this era in the tag division is all about? Few teams, if any ever, have consistently delivered with the fluidity and excellence of the Machine Guns. Sure, they're no spring chickens, but the gold around their waist speaks volumes. It's on the rest of the division to keep up. On the other side of the aisle, it's A-Town Down Under. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller taking their crack at a couple legends. Any match against any champ can change the trajectory of a career, whether the title is on the line or not. A win over a reigning champion undoubtedly bumps you to the front of the line for a shot at the title. That's enough suspense. Strap in for the ride once more. Signature tag team maneuvers from the vets early on. That's decades of experience and synergy between the two. That there is their biggest advantage against these underdogs. But while experience can be a determining factor, it's not one to bet the house on. They're still in there with two hungry young bulls. Under the spotlight with a roaring blue crowd, this is only the beginning of the road for everyone involved, including you. Near fall after near fall, match of the night goes to these two teams. But check this out. A-Town Down Under found a way to keep up with the reigning champions. They not only kept up, but Waller and Theory upset the champs in a huge victory. Stakes were high going in, and now they've for sure guaranteed themselves another shot at the champs. Next time, with the tag team championships on the line. The women's champion Becky Lynch is bringing the big time to Smackdown. Separated from her husband due to the draft, she's resorted to a bitter attitude and underhanded tactics to keep her grasp on the women's division.
Do you want to know why I walked away from this for almost a year? Because you asked me to. The last time that I won the world championship, I felt it. I heard the reaction. I saw all your comments online, and so I stepped away, because if I'm not here to win world championships, then why am I here? You guys, you carried me on your shoulders into the main event of WrestleMania. You saw yourselves in me. I was you, you were me. We were in this together, right? But then something happened. Something happened. I won, and you couldn't see yourselves in me anymore, because you can't recognize success, because all you know is failed.
A storm is coming.
As Becky laid into the live crowd, Jade Cargill decided on giving her a reminder that she has far bigger fish to fry. Cargill, coming fresh off a WrestleMania victory, she's at the top of the pecking order. And as the most dominant woman on SmackDown, she strikes fear in the hearts of all. Even the women's champ, who decided to make a run for it.
And since business is finished with Naomi, I have nothing but time. So I think it's time for me to remind everybody why I came here to WWE. I think it's time for everyone to see why I came here to be a champion.
Show keeps rolling. The Women's United States Champion and Women's Trailblazer Alexa Bliss takes to the ring to further solidify her Hall of Fame status. Title around her waist, she uses it to test and elevate the younger talent around her. giving back to the industry that has granted her so much success for over 10 years. Another main roster debut, this time for Kalani Jordan. Tough task taking on a veteran like Alexa Bliss in your first main roster bout, but if the last match showed you anything, it's that nothing is impossible. Classic rookie versus vet matchup. Speed and agility versus experience and unorthodox offense. Kalani Jordan is a history maker in her own right, even as young as she is. She was the first ever women's North American champion. Similarly, Alexa Bliss won the first ever women's Elimination Chamber. Two women's pioneers of two generations. Jordan absolutely took the fight to the Women's United States champion, but the champ played possum before connecting with the sister Abigail and a splash from the top to put the rookie away. Good win from the champ, but don't take your eyes off the screen. Everyone here is looking to make a name for themselves, including the one known as the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez. With the potential to be the Rookie of the Year on Smackdown, she stamps her name into the United States title conversation in record time. Just like that, Bliss has been reminded the hard way to keep her head on a swivel around here. A new era means a new journey for the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Friday nights are once again cinema. Everyone wants to carve their way into a shot at the WWE Championship before John Cena walks away for good and turns not only Smackdown, but the entire industry on its head. And now with no Heyman and no bloodline by his side, Roman's road back to the title is steep. Maybe too steep this time around, but time will tell.
I don't want to confuse anybody. Some things change, but not me. And don't ever get it confused. This is my ring. This is my show. This is my WWE.
Out comes a man Roman Reigns is far too familiar with. After all, it's the man who dethroned him at WrestleMania 40. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. You see, he has his own reasons for wanting to take Cena down. Redemption. Cena embarrassed Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 and ripped the title from his hands. He owes it to the WWE Universe to save wrestling by bringing the title back where it belongs.
Your ring. Your WWE. Well, it was, but it hasn't been since WrestleMania.
The stars are out tonight. Soon the ring would be occupied by 3 WrestleMania main eventers, all arguing why they deserve the next shot over each other. A man who needs no introduction. You cannot speak of modern-day professional wrestling without mentioning the influence of CM Punk.
And I said to start this all off, you and I have traveled very different paths. I didn't have a famous dad. When you showed up to OVW, other people saw Dusty. I saw Cody. I didn't see necessarily a nepotism hire, because where everybody saw that you were born on third base and you were afforded all these great things, and you had the head start that I didn't get because I had to scratch and claw and fight my way to get to where I was. I saw the burden of your last name. I didn't have the famous dad. My father was blue collar. My father was just a regular guy. He was an electrician, which makes it kind of ironic. I'm more of the American dream than you are.
The shots and jabs from the competitors thickened the tension in the arena. We needed a solution. Smackdown. GM Wade Barrett gave us one. At Saturday night's main event, John Cena will defend the WWE title in a triple threat. That leaves one of these men out of the match. Next week, they'll fight for their spots in the match, as Cody Rhodes takes on CM Punk. A bit of a throwback to Royal Rumble 24. And as for the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, Wade Barrett announced that next week, he's going to take on a mystery opponent. The main event of Smackdown. Some historic and foundation-shaking moments have taken place in the main event of Smackdown. Tonight, we've got a clash of titans. Jade Cargill takes on the Queen. Charlotte Flair, 14-time world champion, and undeniable face of the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling. Now she gets to put the most dominant figure on SmackDown to the test. Being the most dominant is a pretty easy way to make enemies, though. Former women's champion Liv Morgan decides she needs a closer look at the action, or at least that's what she'd tell us. But with Liv at ringside, where's Raquel Rodriguez? Classic battle of strength and athleticism versus experience and technical ability, although Charlotte is very much an athlete in her own right. But has she ever been met with a force like Jade Cargill? tides were turning, and it was only a matter of time before our visitor became a factor. Down to the floor below goes the Queen, leaving Cargill and Morgan to deal with the tension face to face. A well-timed sidestep takes care of the opponent and the distraction in one go. Cargill is seemingly untouchable in this women's division. Jaded plants Flair face first, but it's not enough just yet. Flair responds with natural selection for another near fall. One final faceplant with Jaded put an end to the contest, solidifying Cargill's spot as the likely next challenger for the women's champion Becky Lynch. Overcoming a legend in rather dominant fashion in the main event equals a statement made. Jade Cargill is the most feared woman on Smackdown. Or is she? There's always another mountain to climb. Cargill, meet Rodriguez.